You are a lemon whipped cream pie with extra friendship. That's right, friends. Liquid Loans has launched for PulseChain. I mentioned this in my juicy news, but I wanted to give you the rundown and the information you need to discover from this. It's not going to be the boring stats and the other analytics that everybody does at all of these launches, because I'm here to tell you the truth. You're going to lose all your money. That's right. You're going to lose all your money. There are people listening to my voice right now. I hope they're wearing fluffy slippers and they have a straight back. I promise you right now, you're going to lose all your money. And it's very unfortunate because leverage is going to take everything away from you. Why? First, you're going to win on it. That's why. It's going to give you hope. It's going to keep working and you're not going to be able to get out. You have to be careful because Liquid Loans is a good project. Liquid Loans, PHUX, famous. Friends, I am supporting projects who literally say bad things about me. There are projects out there. The founders called me child abuser and all these other weird stuff, okay? I don't care. It's a game. You understand? Like, you ever play like an RPG game and it's like text-based? The boss will say something to the characters. Yeah, this is what a game is, friends. It's some type of simulation. This is how everything's going to play out, how it has been playing out. So you can't take these things too seriously. But I'm telling you right now, if the thought of losing all your money hurts, well, you better pay attention now, all right? Now, Liquid Loans has launched, and by the time I'm showing you this, it looks like a big fat red candle down. Now, Liquid Loans itself, there's nothing wrong with it, friends. They did an incorrect pricing with the launch here, okay? We're going to go through that as well. So don't be worried about any of these, all right? But at the end of the day, there's more to uncover because there's information here such as the $1 million raise and the project and leverage and how everything works that's going to give you a false sense of security. This has happened through history so many times. You remember the late Charlie Munger. It was either him or Warren Buffett, okay? They both said, how do men lose all their money? Ladies, liquor, leverage, all right? LLL. Now, Liquid Loans did a $51 million raise, so it's a big project, okay? And right now, there's over $4 million of the USDL being minted, which is their stable coin, all right? And I just want you to know at the start, a lot of people on Twitter giving everybody a hard time. They go, well, no, look at the chart because the ratios are wrong, the liquidity. These are just teething issues, all right? I always tell you, friends, I'm not living in today, man. I'm not even living in the next 6 months. I'm thinking 12 months minimum. I go, what's the picture going to look like in 12 months? What's it going to look like in 24, 36, 48 months? I'm always trying to speculate far into the future. So, for example, when I'm buying in the depression, I'm thinking of people getting happy, even though I'm sad today. If I sell in euphoria, I'm not thinking about it going up another 30% from here. I'm thinking about, okay, in 12 months, these people have run out of buyers and it's on the way down to Poopy Town. That's the way I'm thinking, all right? Even if it goes up from where you exit. So how do you get like this? I don't know, friends. I don't know. Is it you're born with it? I don't know. Is it 18 hours a day? I could tell you I'm here 18 hours a day. And I'm here. That's why you like, subscribe, belly button and all. You shock the algorithm, family-friendly show. I'm here to provide this here for you. Okay, so the ratio was set incorrect at the start. There are people using the platform, which is really good to see. The PulseChain ecosystem is growing. This is what you want to see. So they are live. So something you want to know about these mechanics, when ratios are set at the start and things are launched, for example, there are people who trade, they want to gamble in the open. They're trying to find a fair value, etc. But a lot of people haven't done their homework. So the thing starts trading around and you get a big fat dump. Why? Because someone got an enormous supply out. Someone got the enormous supply. And unfortunately, all the traders who were long lost 100% of their money, pretty much. Because you were trading something at 30 cents, but the supply of the coins is like trillions. So it should be like at, 1/1000th of a cent. So whoever was able to do the fastest finger first, they were able to dump and make profit. So I'm not really sure what happened on chain. Didn't have time to check it. But that's why you got to really be careful when it comes to these friends. There's a saying, Warren Buffett says, he's like, if you don't want to own your stock for, like 10 minutes or 1 month, don't even think about owning it for like for 10 years. Okay. Like that's how you got to think about these things. You can't think about 10-minute or 1 hour whenever you do these decisions. You really got to think about long term. Now, luckily for us in crypto, we move in fast forward speed. So 18 months in crypto is like you multiply it by 7. That's almost like a decade when it comes to stonks. Now, the most interesting part is where you're going to learn the most. Some people believe that liquid loans, so liquid loans, you can deposit your HEX, PulseChain, you can get a stable coin out of it, so you don't have to sell. So for example, if you had, let's say $1 million, let's say everything goes up 10x, you have $1 million. Instead of selling, because let's say someone's like, well, I want to buy a car and I've got some loans to pay. I don't want to like sell 100,000. What they will do is they'll put it into liquid loans and they'll take out 100K. And so they hope the loan gets repaid by more price appreciation in the future. That's what happens. So, but here's the thing. You think, wow, that's pretty juicy. But you got to remember now, friends, look, I know you're going to hurt when you say this. That's why I think I'm going to have to gently caress you with some angel music right now. I don't know how else to say this, but we're not early anymore like you think, okay? Back in the day when, say, HEX first started, or even, 2017 Ethereum and Bitcoin, people's entry prices, yes, there was someone with $5,000, but his friend had 50,000, okay? His friend had 50,000. But now you don't have 5K and 50K. You don't have that. It's now 5K and 5 million, all right? There are people out here with literally 5 million. That's the disparity. That's the discrepancy out here. And you don't have to do 5 million. You can even do 1 million, but still big. That's a big amount, man. That's a huge amount. Because in the first one, a big whale is like 10 times your size. But now, right, 1 million divided by 5,000, it's 200x bigger. Do you see? This person packs 200 times bigger punch. These people that exist. So these are the types of numbers floating around with these sizes. So when you're looking at these, there are people right now in the ecosystem, they have $5 million. Big, right? And if everything does a 20x, right, they will have $100 million, right? Now, when they have $100 million, theoretical, because you can't even get out, they will then think, okay, I want to sell. And so the theory people say is they go, well, this person, instead of selling 10 million and destroying the liquidity in the pool and sending everything much lower, like 20, 30% per splash. Remember, there's many people like this. Instead of doing that, they're going to put it into liquid loans and they're going to take out the stable coin out and they're going to be fine. All right. Now, learning from history, guess what? There are some people who do it. Some unfortunate people. They get wrecked. Okay. They better have money on the sidelines. Not all of them do it, but once in a while, you will see a big whale do it. And if you do see someone do it, don't think this gives you permission to do it because you think, oh, well, golly gee, this person knows what he's doing. No. There is always a whale that gets harpooned. Always. I've seen it in every triangle, in every market. One of the big guys literally gets stabbed. All right. They get beached as a beached whale. You got to remember this imagery, friends. This is why I made this. I found this here for you. Okay. A harpooned whale. Every single cycle. Do not forget this. This does not give you permission to go and join and follow these people. All right. Following the whales does not mean go and leverage with them as well, because these people get spooked like you wouldn't believe. All right. These are the people who they bridge out of PulseChain ecosystem, which is what they did before the court date. These are the people, they're thinking about these risks. You're like, oh, we're kind of going to make it. We're kind of not. But these people, they're dealing with multi-generational wealth. So the way they see it, they go, well, I've got 5 million here. If I just take my $2 million loss, I've still got 3 million. All right. Whereas when you got like 5 grand, you don't care. I've got 3K. You know what I mean? But these are the big people that exist around. So I'm telling you, these liquid loans or any of these leverage trading platforms, they will not be able to prevent selling of the Richard Hart coins. No, they won't. Okay. Even though everyone's going to tell you to. So there will still be big, aggressive sellers, all right? They will still be around, and there will be targeted weak point prices, okay, on the way down in the next downswings of 2024 and 2025. So there's still going to be people, they will be selling on spot, and that will be enough to move the price because we know how thin markets are. We know only 1.5% of a coin's market cap needs to exit, basically sends everything to zero. It doesn't matter what coin it is, same as Bitcoin, all right? Now, you got to think, man, that's what? You can even be conservative, friends. 1 in 20 people click out and it's all over. So if they click out instantly. So that makes you think, okay, if 1 in 20 people click out and it's all over, who cares if 5 of them are put in leverage for like liquid loans? It doesn't matter because that one person is still your weak point. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You've heard that saying? It's especially true in markets. And a foreshadowing, many people will lose all their money due to this leverage. They'll put their money in, they'll lock it up, they'll get the money out, and they won't pay off their loan. And then Doomtown will eventually come. Eventually, okay? But why is it going to come? It's because they tasted their green wins on the way up. So first, it's going to work as everybody celebrates. So I've already got a scenario here where I can see this really clear, real clear, because none of us think about it. You know, friends, before I started thinking like a sick, twisted, evil genius, I got wrecked on the sick, twisted, evil genius moves happening to me. And when a few of them happened, I developed like this antenna in my mind. I go, oh, okay, this is some sort of sick, twisted UFO simulation game where the worst thing just seems to happen. Hey, and that's exactly how it plays out. Now, I can see this scenario happening. I can see HEX gets back to 22 cents, right? Now, I'm not saying this is exactly going to happen. I'm giving you an example of the numbers we're dealing with, okay? And I'm using these numbers to shock you too, okay? I can see HEX goes back to 22 cents. We can actually draw it here, right? Now, this is, remember, this is just EHEX, but you got to remember, just pretend that it's combined HEX, so it's just one price. I can see it going back to like 22 cents at some point, okay? Maybe it goes back to 22 cents right here. See the flag is? It's right there. And then people are leveraged. They're leveraged on that way up. And I can see them, as it gets to 22 cents, people will have liquidations under 10 cents, under that level. So there'll be like 8 cents and below. So they will be feeling euphoric. And you can see it right now. Because look at this. Once we clear this zone, you see this zone, friends? Once we clear like this 10-cent zone up here, people will say, well, never again. Once we clear this level up here, see we're going up and up and up. They'll say, well, we're never ever going to go down here again. And this price zone has been cleared and it's fine. So they're going to feel so confident to have a liquidation point here. But then something happens. You run out of buyers. It's not as shiny as you thought. Maybe there's big emergency end stakers. Maybe China invades Taiwan. The stock market rolls over. Something weird happens with Bitcoin. Bitcoin round trips 5 years. You don't know what it's going to be. Don't even think you lose your mind trying to guess. Just something happens where you discover, uh-oh, there were too many weak hands in crypto that were not rinsed. Right? And this is been my theory the whole time, friends, because look, I'm telling you so many times, right? I came into the previous bear market, all right? No one was bullish. No one, you understand? Yet I noticed something was different here. Here, there were still bulls, all right? There were still intergalactic bulls here. And I was like, that's very strange. I'm getting a different feeling now. They didn't get rinsed. They didn't get wiped, all right? Now, some people say that means we're going to go higher, but no, that's not how markets work. So you can see my example, friends. HEX gets back to 22 cents. And then if it goes back to 8 cents, people have like this liquidation because they think in their mind, we're never going back below 10 cents. I'm going to be completely fine. And then as it goes back down, the liquidations trigger and it just keeps acting as like this dump pressure. All right. And they will eventually lose it all. HEX can dump back to like 4 cents, something like unimaginably low. That's exactly what crypto did, man. You just came back down to that retracement zone that we thought we had left. And so they can lose it all. So people would think, see, remember, if we're here, people think the next leg is up to 60 cents, all right? But what might, like, we could go down here, wipe them all out. Why couldn't we? You know what? This is exact same thing that happened this year, by the way, 2023. The market expected, you can see from my surveys, the market expected 25 cents by the end of this year. So look at this line. The surveys expected that trajectory. Instead, we got down. Do you see that? Everybody expected going up, and we got like a minus 90% wipeout. So you might say, well, what if it doesn't go to 4 cents? What if it goes to like 12 cents? Well, that's what you got to decide, man, because I can't make any of these decisions for you. I'm just telling you right now. HEX dumped 99%, friends. All right. What do you think it's going to dump in the next bear market? I'm telling you right now, even 97% is a freaking enormous move, or minus 95% dump, or minus 90%. They're still way too big for a store of value claim. Like for yourself, you are storing value in this thing. 90% downside is way too big. And why? Look, here's the thing. No one's going to tell you 90% is coming. Why? Because they're going to say, well, so I'm just trying to help you, friends, okay? You got to be skeptical. I'm trying to help you not lose all your money. If you're here, right, if you're at the flag and you're leveraged and everyone's telling you up, you're storing your value in this. Okay, what if down happens? Okay, what's the narrative that's going to be shown? No one's going to believe that. No one's going to say, oh, we can go down for him. No one's going to even look at that. You're called a heretic, idiot. Everyone says you'll be a fudder, you're stupid, you're jealous, you're trying to fud for lower prices. They're just going to say any narrative. But the truth is that you just want to believe that. Why? Because you've been long for such a long time. It's the same as the Bitcoin tribe. It's the same as XRP, Ethereum. It's the same game. Why do you think it's going higher? Oh, because I've been offside for a long time and I want higher prices. You know, that's how everyone ends up bag holding in crypto, right? And that's probably why, if it went down, not saying it would, but if it went back down, see, if you're in spot, you go through more time of pain, but you don't get forced out. You don't become a forced seller. But if you're in leverage, now you're in a world of hurt because you're going to lose your USD and your coins. So that's why I'm just warning you now so you don't lose it all, right? Everyone has lost it all on Aave and Bybit. People got wrecked, absolutely wrecked, and it's going to happen all over again, okay? So these numbers, I'm seeing people come in, and it's good. It's good for the ecosystem. You want this, but I'm just telling this for you. Let the other degens go play in the casino, but don't do it yourself. So just to clarify, so you know, right, liquid loans, PHUX, all of them, I don't care what anyone says at me. I don't really care. It's good for the ecosystem. Objectively, they're good. Helps flesh it out. But the truth is they will enable more damage than help. For example, do you think casinos are a net benefit to society? You go, oh, well, if you're a shareholder, you're kind of killing it. Yeah, but what about the 400,000 people who blow too much? Because you know humans, friends, you know how far we take it. So I'm just telling you, own the casino. Just own it. PulseChain is owning the casino. You can, I think, be part of liquid loans and you can stake it. You can earn the fees. You can own the casino. Don't do the leverage part. They allow you to own the casino, but no one's going to look at it because, oh, what's his 4% yield? Because you're going to see little Timmy leveraged himself up 2x. He made a 300% yield on these gains, right? You already know all of this is true, okay? So in the next bear market, you're just going to see a few wallets take down the whole ecosystem again. You will see it. You will see it. Look how far we are into the Richard Heart ecosystem. The liquidity is still thin. It's still really thin. Not super thin, but you get to see, man. And what, you think it's going to thicken up in the next moonshot? No, it's not. Why would it thicken up, right? Even if you believe, some people believe that Richard is controlling all the liquidity and everything. But yeah, let me tell you something. Richard doesn't like giving away free money, all right? If he goes, oh, golly gee, this thing I've created dropped minus 99% when I said it wouldn't, maybe there's more weak hands in here than I thought. So I don't want to blow any more money providing liquidity for these weak hand non-believers who basically fluked it. Some of these big moonshotters. So in the next bear market, they will sell unimaginable lows. All right. How do you avoid all this? You can do spot only. Surprise, surprise. You just don't do it at all. You either own the casino. So owning PulseChain is owning the casino. You don't have to play in all the meme coins all the time because most people are going to get wrecked. 1 in 10 are going to win. Congratulations to them, but 9 out of 10 will lose. Same as this thing with leverage, okay? You just stay away from leverage. That's why I've been telling you for literally 24 months. I've been saying, try to get a second job, Try to increase your wage. Can you ask for a pay rise? Can you sell your stonks? Do you have a second car you can sell? Do you have any fluffy slippers that you don't need? Sell your third fluffy slipper. You only need the second one. All of these things, if you do them to increase your spot position, you don't feel the FOMO to do the leverage later on when everybody gets rinsed. So you got to remember as well. So if you are doubting everything I say, that's okay. Good luck to you. But I'm just telling you now, this is literally a screenshot from Liquid Loans themselves from one of their promo videos. You can see everyone's liquidation point. All right. So I can already see this in my mind, friends. This happens already in crypto now. The market goes up, you hit the flag, and then if you zoom in to the loans, you're like, oh, wait a minute. There's a dude here who's like got a $4 million loan. All right. $4 million. And he will get wiped and have to sell an enormous amount. You know, it might be like hundreds of millions of HEX. Like something like that's going to happen because it happened in Ethereum. We saw Justin Sun needing to put more money. And you don't know. So here's the thing. A lot of the people in this ecosystem, all their wealth is in here. They don't have extra like, 2,000 ETH sitting on the sidelines or like, 800 Bitcoin sitting on the sidelines like Justin Sun and all of the other ETH people have. All of their wealth is concentrated in this ecosystem and they can't even get out. You saw Godwell, friends. Godwell made that big mistake giving it to like BankX, for example. They can't even get out. Godwell has wealth from outside. He has ETH that he can save himself. But what about those other people who are going to be doing this leverage? That's the thing you got to think about. So that's why you really got to be careful, right? There will be predators lurking. Of course, there are going to be predators lurking. Friends, let's say you saw someone, this guy's a leverage, he's got like 50 million bucks in, but you're like 30 million. You're like, oh, crap. I better get out before him. So what do you think happens? Do you think these people just watch this flag get hit and it comes back down? Do you think they're like, oh, golly gee, let's hold for the moon? No. These people are watching it at 12 cents. This is 12 cents right here. And they're thinking, oh, my gosh, if I don't get out now, there's only this limited liquidity here. I better get out now because that big idiot who leveraged a lot, he freaking gets wiped out here. He will sell an extra 10 million and just send that freaking even lower. So I better get out before him. So this does not act as like some infinite buy pressure type of thing. It can do the opposite when the buyers run out. It makes the volatility on the downside even worse. It can be more aggressive because people are playing with money that they didn't have. Okay, so there'll be predators lurking. There'll be big fear contagion. And this will exacerbate the anxiety in the next bear. I'm thinking about the next bear already. Everybody's thinking like, oh, I'm going to binker. No, you got to think ahead. You think ahead. You protect yourself now. If you're not happy with see, this is the thing. Most people, the fact that I even drew a flag at 20 cents, you can tell it upsets them because their flag is at $2. And we already know this, friends. I've already done the surveys. The average market participant expectation is $2. Okay, it's $2 HEX up there. So let's have a look at the disparity. This is where let's look on a linear chart. So see that difference? That's where everybody expects HEX to stop. All right. So drawing a flag down here, it's like so unimaginably, never going to happen. All right. That's why you got to be careful. That's how markets work, right? Is when it's pricing things in, you better be careful. Because if PulseX, and HEX dropped this amount in our bear market, well, who's to say they won't drop minus 97% in the next? Are you going to take that chance? How much are you going to take that chance on? If you're in spot, you're going to be okay. You get to survive. But if you're not, you get wrecked. So really, you can do what you want. I don't really care. I love that the ecosystems are there. We need them. We need these ecosystems to keep being built. There's like buildings of a city. But you can still choose, right? You can follow everyone else who's been wrong for the past 2 years. You can. You can. Oh, God, I wonder if there was a friend who, while we were getting destroyed, who was completely honest with you. He said, look, write off 2022 and write off 2023. I wonder if there was a friend maybe watching him right now and he wears fluffy slippers with straight posture, wrestles crocodiles part-time in a dusty room. I wonder if there was a friend out here who said this the whole time. And yes, I was right. All right. I was right about that. So those people who are wrong, because they give bullish targets, do you want to trust them? That's what you got to think for yourself. I don't really care. I trust myself. All right. I could give you absurdly bullish target scenarios. I could do it for you every day. I could go, well, if Bitcoin's 250K, let's do the ratios and everything goes amazing. Everything's going to be great. But all it's going to do, it's going to maximize views for me, but it's also going to entice you to hurt yourself. If you listen to other influencers, friends, they don't believe in themselves. So what they do is they'll say, I've spoken to 4 bullish analysts and other people who are really in the industry, and they said like Bitcoin 250K, or they said this coin's doing like 100 and 200x. They all agreed. But what they don't know is those OG and those experts, all right, it's pricing itself in already. The fact that they're all saying that amount doesn't mean they're some sort of sick, amazing geniuses. I've seen this time and time again. I've done many examples where these people get things wrong all the time. Doing this big OG guessing, hey, you don't know, maybe they fluked the friends. There are people out there, you saw it, they put like 20K into the ICO for HEX. They ended up with like 8 million. What did they get right after that point? You don't know. It's just like, okay, they got that bet right. It's the same as Bitcoin. There are people who bought Bitcoin at $8. All right. Do they get the next moves right? No, not all the time. Dan Held, for example, friend of the channel, Bitcoin Maxi, he owns like thousands and thousands of Bitcoin from like 2011, 2012. He said Bitcoin wouldn't go below 20K. He literally did a private message with somebody and he said, look, Bitcoin can't go below 20K because it would ruin the chart and it would be really, really ugly and bad looking for it as a store of value. It would be really bad. And guess what? It happened. All right. So, and this person, he goes around giving speeches and he wrote books about Satoshi, all this other stuff, all these long Medium articles. You know what I mean? They get them wrong all the time, friends. So I'm telling you now, there are people reading this message right now. Listen to my videos. Will be bankrupt in 24 months. All right. They will be bankrupt in 24 months. Now, you got to decide what side you want to be on. I'm on the side of friendship, and so are you. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or be careful of leverage. Catch you soon.